of The Ripple Effect. I'm Jessica Ausbrook from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union with our great friend Paul Wyman with us today. Welcome.
Hey, Jessica, how you been?
Good. It's been a while since we've done this.
It has been.
It's like riding a bike.
I'm fired up about this, actually.
Well, we're fired up about the Haynes Apperson Festival.
Yeah.
It's here again.
It is.
It's getting close.
It's crazy. It literally feels like yesterday, but we're almost on a year. It keeps rolling around, and but we get fired up every year. We've got an incredible group of volunteers that serve year in and year out. Everything from board members to people who just dedicate the 3-day weekend and show up and volunteer. And it takes a lot of folks to make that happen on an annual basis. And so over the course of the weekend, it's not uncommon for us to have 100 volunteers.
I believe it.
Doing all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff, things that people never see or talk about. Even like the city guys, when their trash crews come in the middle of the night and help us get all the trash out so we're nice and clean the next day when everybody shows up. It's little things like that that really make a festival behind the scenes happen. And then in turn, we get to put on this great 3-day community celebration and celebrate all that's great about Kokomo and Howard County.
And there is so much that's great about Kokomo and
yes.
Howard County. So let's start at the beginning of the festival. How are we kicking things off?
Yeah, so this year we're kicking off, believe it or not, with Grammy-nominated Great White.
Yeah.
And, it is going to be a phenomenal night. So much sing-along opportunity with them. All the songs we were singing back in the 80s and 90s. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. So the festival will kick off on Thursday night with Great White. And then on Friday night, we move into another rock legend, a Night Ranger.
Yeah.
And so
Night Ranger.
I mean, talk about another sing-along. I mean, how many songs of Night Rangers do you sing along
Sister
to?
Christian, right?
Sister Christian,
Yeah.
or even slow songs, right? At the school dances and the slow songs of Night Ranger, but even their great rock songs. So a lot of fun with Night Ranger. And then on Saturday night, leading up to the huge fireworks show, we have a dynamic duo. So we have Henry Lee Summer, Indiana boy Henry Lee.
Elwood, right?
Yeah, he's going to rock the house, and he's going to open up for Mark Farner, who was Grand Funk Railroad's original singer.
Love that.
And Mark wrote the majority of Grand Funk's hits.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And so he's going to be singing all those, we're an American band and all that stuff leading up to the fireworks. And so it's going to be another great sing. I feel like we've got 3 sing-along nights in the park.
Those are the best.
Yeah. And you really see it, from our vantage point up on the stage, and we're looking out in the crowd, and there's thousands of people, and they play these hit songs. It's like everybody just starts singing.
Yeah.
And it's so fun, and it's just a great way to celebrate.
It has been. You have helped organize this event for a really long time. How long has Haynes Apperson been going in Kokomo?
So believe it or not, next year is our 50th anniversary.
What?
Yes. So we're doing 49 this year. We're going to talk a little bit about that at the festival, getting people fired up and ramped up for next year's 50th anniversary. But it has been since 1976. Yeah.
Wow.
Pioneer Auto Club, believe it or not, way back in the day.
Okay.
Got us started with a small festival and a car show, and just really celebrating and honoring our automotive heritage here in our community, which is huge. And so we've kept that automotive heritage component to the festival, and then we've been adding everything else in that's great about Kokomo and Howard County.
Because we think concerts when we think Haynes Apperson, but there are so many more events throughout the weekend that are fantastic.
It's incredible. Dana Neer, he leads up the sports festival for us. And there's got to be 10, 15 different sporting events, and they've really added some cool ones over the year. And so you can go to our website, HaynesAppersonFestival.org, and it lists every sports event. So you can put a team together. You could be an individual competitor, and even like cornhole tournaments and just things like that are all available. And so throughout the whole entire festival, the 3 days, and even sometimes longer than the 3 days, some of the sporting activities go on. But we also have, we have a parade on Saturday afternoon, and the parade's always a huge hit. The thing I love about the parade most is the community pride that comes out. People putting floats in, and a lot of organizations just coming down Main Street, proud to represent their organizations, but proud to be a part of the community. And so we get to brag on them from the grandstand and talk about them, and they get to have fun, and the crowd cheers. And then we always have a real special part in the parade, and it's a part that's dedicated to our active duty military members and also veterans. And that's always a special part. The crowd goes crazy when they come down the parade route. So the parade's a big deal. That's Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock, and right downtown on the square is where the grandstand is. And then each night of the festival, along Foster Park there on Superior Street, we have a cruising or a car show. So you really can come and check out some of the most cool cars in not only just our community, but they come from all over the state and the region.
There are some car people around here.
Oh my goodness, are there some car people
Mhm.
around here? And they're incredible supporters of the festival, and they bring their cars out and they show them off. And each year I see something new or unique, and it's just like, holy cow, look at that beautiful car.
Putting it on the list.
Yeah, there.
I'm gonna want that one someday.
Oh, nice, nice, yeah. So the car shows, they're a lot of fun. And then, of course, we have rides, which are always a blast for the kids. And then the food vendors, any kind of festival food you could imagine, I'm pretty sure we have it there. So
It's gonna be a great weekend.
it is. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're fired up about it.
What part of the weekend are you looking forward to the most?
Oh, goodness. The weekend, once it starts rolling, it's just like this massive 3-day fun. It's just like I don't know if there's any one part, but I really do enjoy the parade. And I really do enjoy seeing thousands of people in the park and singing along and truly enjoying our community for a few days.
I mean, we've seen some really great acts.
Oh,
Since
my
I've been here
gosh.
like 15 years, but for the past 50 years,
Yeah.
holy cow, you guys are working hard.
Yeah, we really ramped up the entertainment back in probably about 2005, 2006 timeframe. And a lot of folks just, they were like, oh, we could never get these big groups and these big bands. And we said, oh, I bet we could. But that happens because of great community partners. And if I could just talk about that for a second, the Haynes Apperson Festival budget used to be this little tiny budget. And we had a great festival and everything was wonderful. And then we had a lot of community folks that stepped up and said, hey, we want to sponsor at this level. We could do this. And if we can expand and grow because of that, and we did. And those folks had been with the festival. You take like Haynes International. They have been sponsoring now for, 15, 20 years and at a big level. The city of Kokomo is phenomenal. What Mayor Moore and his administration do behind the scenes for us and making sure that the fireworks show happens. It really takes a public-private partnership to put on this type of 3-day festival. And so to your point about the groups we've had over the years, holy cow, when you stop and think about like Boys to Men,
Yeah. Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels,
Low Cash.
Low Cash. The list really Loverboy and Starship and, Dennis DeYoung, and you just start going down the list and you go, holy cow, I think we've ran them all through here. It gets harder for us every year
bet it
because
does.
we're trying to like, who haven't we had? Or what's kind of fun now is like, who do we want to bring back? Because some like Night Ranger, they were here, I think, 12 years ago, and they put on a phenomenal show. So we are thrilled to have them back. They're going to really rock the park that night. But we're always looking. We're always in conversation with a lot of these groups. And what's really interesting about it is sometimes we talk to these really big, famous bands, and they're like, Kokomo? What? And we're like, yeah, we have this great 3-day festival. You're going to love it. You need to come. And then we have conversation, and then we show them pictures of past festivals, and we start typing that, and they're like, oh my gosh, we want to come check this out. And every time to a T, Jessica, they get done, and they look at me, they go, we love Kokomo. This is
you do.
fantastic. We've been treated so good here. It's been wonderful. We've had so much fun. And so we like that. We like introducing our community to big famous people as much as they love coming here. So it's kind of cool.
Was that Tone Loc was here last year?
Tone Loc was here last year. He didn't want to leave Kokomo. I'm being serious. After the show, Tone Loc, he couldn't have been any cooler. He sat with us. He talked with us for a while. And if you remember, during his show, just spontaneously it happened that he ended up asking one or two person to come up, and next thing you know, he had 50 people on stage dancing with him, and they're singing and they're dancing and they're having the greatest time. And I'm just like, from a security standpoint, what we're supposed to be doing was not that night.
You're not supposed to be up here.
And so, but he was welcoming it. Our security guys were looking at me. I'm like, we're gonna let this play out. We're gonna let this go. And people were respectful of him. And it was a great moment. And he talked about that after the show for a while. He said, man, it started to get like, oh, my gosh. He goes, but everybody couldn't have been nicer. And everybody was respectful. And when it was time to leave the stage, they did. And so he was bragging on our community for a little bit. But, yeah, just take most of your big names. We've had them through. It's been pretty exciting.
And it's a really great place to watch the show down in Foster Park.
It's wonderful. The vision, I think it was Mayor Goodnight had to put that amphitheater in down there, or the stage, and a lot of people are like, oh, I can't believe you moved the festival to the park. I hear all the time. It's like,
I thought that was like a decade ago, you guys.
I know. We've been down there for a minute, and it's been working out for thousands of people a year, but there's 4 or 5 people that just seem to think. But anyway, there's a bunch of reasons for that. One of them was infrastructure. The town square could not handle the infrastructure for the festival that we were putting on, for one. But two, the truth of the matter is Foster Park is a beautiful setting for a festival. The stage provides the power that we need. The stage provides for security that we need for the bands. And then the beauty of security for the festival as a whole, when it's not in a downtown area and have all these different blocks, we're able to have a vision and a sight on the whole festival. And our security guys in the sheriff's department, Kokomo police, EMA, they love that about it, that we have a lot of vantage points for making it a much more secure festival. So a lot of positive things like that. And but boy, it works out really well. And people talk about it all the time. They get to bring their lawn chairs, their blankets, and they come and they sit in the park. When we were downtown, people had to stand on pavement the whole time.
There's no shade down there either.
And there was no shade. There's no nothing. And so it works out so much better, and it's a real blessing to have a beautiful park like that with the type of stage that we have, and an opportunity to throw a great festival.
Now, are we still selling VIP tickets?
We are. So VIP tickets, they're $25, and you get a guaranteed seat right up close front to the stage. And so what you get with a VIP ticket is you get to just come to the concert. You know you have a guaranteed chair seat waiting on you, and you're going to have a prime seat. Most of our VIP folks, the videos and the pictures that they leave with are just phenomenal, because, I mean, you're just literally right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it is up close and personal. But, there's really not a bad seat in Foster Park, when you think about it. But the VIP folks, they like that. And then this year, what's going to be really interesting is the whole DORA, so we used to have to be confined to a beer garden.
Okay.
And now the festival will fall under DORA. So we're working through that. I don't have the exact plan yet, because there's a lot of different thoughts and concepts about how that's going to work. But we'll have it all worked out by the festival, and I'm sure it's going to flow nicely. And
we better remind everybody what a DORA is, Paul.
Yeah, so it's a designated area downtown where you can actually walk with a beer in your hand, if you will, and go from one place to the next. And so DORA allows Foster Park, and our festival falls under that. So instead of just being stuck in the beer garden, you can now walk out into the festival and have your beer with you. So we'll have all that worked out and ready to go, and it'll be exciting.
It's going to be a great events. So many great things happening with the Haynes Apperson Festival. The dates of these events, I haven't even looked at a calendar.
Yeah.
Is it Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, July 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And so the nice thing about our festival is we do fireworks on the last night after the final concert. And so that's on the 5th. So it won't conflict with other fireworks shows that are going on around the county and the state, for that matter, on Friday night, the 4th.
And it's a good one.
Oh,
it's a really good one.
Our fireworks guys, you talk about longevity. I think these guys have been with us now for 15 years or more. And the thing I love about these guys is they know our event, they know the drop zone, they have, from a safety standpoint, they're phenomenal. And they come in and they get set up, and then they put on a show. And it literally is like a 15, 20-minute finale.
It is amazing.
They're just constantly shooting stuff off in the air, and then the finale is just wow. So a lot of fun.
It's going to be a great festival, that's for sure. If we need more information, Paul, how do we find out about Haynes Apperson?
So our Facebook page is probably one of the best things to follow, especially during the festival. We're constantly updating the Facebook page. And last year, there was a couple mornings, for example, we had rain in the morning, and it affected a few of the sporting events. So we were able to just post those right away, give people instant updates. And then, obviously, our website, HaynesAppersonFestival.org. The website will have everything on there, from the entertainment to the sports festival to the parade, the vendors, you name it. It's all out there, and people can access it, and even access applications for like the parade and those sorts of things as well.
All right, what do you need from the community?
So we're always looking for volunteers, because, like I said, you need almost 100 to get through the weekend. So we take people signing up for volunteer opportunities all the way through the festival. And then the second thing, too, is sponsorships. We're always interested in sponsorships. And now that we made the announcement, like, I already had a call from a person last night, like, oh, my gosh, what a lineup. We want a sponsor. We want our name in front of all of that, And so there are lots of sponsorship opportunities available. And so sponsorship, volunteers, and then come to the festival and enjoy. That's the biggest
We'll be
thing we
there.
need is just come and celebrate all that's great about Kokomo and Howard County.
That's right. Thank you, by the way, for
Oh.
continuing to push forward with this. You and your volunteers
Oh.
make it flawless.
Can't say enough about them. I mean, they just, not only are they working all year round, like literally every month we're working on this, but the 3 days, when you look at the amount of time that volunteers commit, and their volunteers are going home at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, because there are things that have to be done when the festival ends to be ready for the next day. And it's those folks that I'm most inspired by. They're just there. They're not looking for any kind of glory. We're picking up wet elephant ears off the ground, just clean everything from that to you name it, just to make the park look perfect for the next day. It's that kind of stuff that you just sit there and say, wow, they're just some really great people in our community.
It takes everybody.
It takes everybody. There's no doubt about that.
Paul, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and it's great to see you again,
Yeah.
and I appreciate all you do still in our community as well. So thank you.
Thank you. That's going to be the ripple effect for today. I'm Jessica Ausbrook from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union. Thanks for watching.